Rosenberg there on that phone call, just to update you the situation on the ground, because in the last few hours, President Zelensky has described the battlefield situation as difficult. So a number of things that we're going to pick up on with Alexei Goncharenko in Kyiv. You're a Ukrainian member of parliament, Alexei, and a member of the Ukrainian delegation to the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. Good to see you. Welcome to BBC News. Alexei, let's just start with that phone call, can we, between Olaf Scholz and President Putin referring to Russia's peace plan of June, a peace plan that arguably is unacceptable to Ukraine. So what happens next?
Definitely, this peace plan is not a peace plan. It's a plan of cutting Ukraine in pieces and destroying Ukrainian salami type. So definitely it's unacceptable. Speaking about this call, yeah, we are not happy to see the call of and conversation of Olaf Scholz with Vladimir Putin. But from other point of view, it would be naive to think that such contacts would not happen. And German government said that it was prepared in coordination with other G7 countries. So for me, the main point is what was said during this conversation. What Putin said about his so-called peace plan, it's clear. What is important for me is if, and I don't know the answer for the moment, Chancellor Scholz, did he message Putin that if Putin hopes that after American elections, the Western support of Ukraine can disappear, that it is a false hope, that it will never happen. That's the most important, because Putin feels himself emboldened, because he hopes that American elections and the fatigue in the Western countries can lead them to abandon Ukraine, to give up on Ukraine, and to give Putin to realize his goals. That's what I'm interested in, and I don't know answer.
No, and I guess that's something for Olaf Scholz, isn't it? But just in terms of if you're saying that the election of Trump arguably potentially will put Ukraine in a difficult position, yet on the same at the same time you've got Volodymyr Zelensky that the incoming Trump administration will quicken the end of the war. So what do we make of that? What is your understanding of what your president is saying?
I said that Vladimir Putin hopes that the election of Donald Trump will help him. I am absolutely not sure that this will happen. We have a lot of, I should be frank with you, we have a lot of fears in Ukraine about election of Donald Trump as new president of the United States, but also we have a lot of hopes because Trump, for example, is going to drop the oil prices, which is super important. Trump can be probably more decisive in some steps if he will decide to make them. So it's a question. We don't know what will be Trump's strategy towards Ukraine. I can't comment what President Zelensky meant, speaking that with Donald Trump, the war can finish quicker. Probably he was referring to what Donald Trump said, that he will end the war in 24 hours. And this Donald Trump pledge is something which many Ukrainians are looking at. Because believe me, there is nobody in the world who wants peace more than Ukrainians. The question is, will it be really peace or it will be ceasefire? What will be guarantees of security? How Donald Trump really sees it? And we don't know the answers on these questions, at least for the moment.
If Donald Trump stops aid to Ukraine, what will the impact for you? And I mentioned that just within the past few hours, President Zelensky describing the battlefield situation as difficult. It will be completely disabling for Ukraine if the US stops aid.
Ukraine fought when the aid from the United States was very limited. I just want to remind you that in the beginning of Russian invasion to Ukraine, there were just javelins, very limited military support from United States and United Kingdom, for which we are very thankful. But it was very limited. No artillery, no HIMARSes, no air defense, nothing like this. It was just help for guerrilla fighting. But we did not fail. So is the American support, military support is vital for us? Definitely is. Does it mean that without American support, we would give up? No, we will never give up, because for us, it's existential. We clearly understand that if Russia will take more Ukrainian territories, or all Ukraine like Putin wants, he will make genocide here like he is doing on the occupied territories already. So we will fight till the end. but definitely it would be much harder for us, and it will be probably, at least now, impossible to restore our territorial integrity now without American military support. That's why it's so important for us.
Alexei Goncharenko, a Ukrainian member of parliament, always good to talk to you. Thank you for joining us live from Kyiv.